So in '97, you guys released the album That's Them. What was the mindset for making the Sophomore album?
Not to do the first one again because we couldn't. Like, we knew we wasn't topping that. But what we did want to do was a different record than what the first one was. And that meant sonically, hip hop was moving in a whole different direction. We talking about 2 years removed from Between the Rock and a Hard Place. So
Well, 3
the music
years,
got
right?
changed.
Oh, I guess when you guys are working on it.
96,
Yeah.
the second one came out. So like a lot changed between that time. So you think about people using equipment. Sean J. Period was the answer we was looking for, and he made that happen in a way where he used to come to the studio with T. Ray, and T. Ray would teach him stuff, you know, here and there. Not protege type shit, but like he was showing him the ropes. Because, you know, Sean was an MC at the time too. And he was in the group down south. So once we, you know, Sean kept coming to the studio, and then he was like, yo, can I play y'all something? We said, okay. And I knew Sean didn't, not say sample a lot and stuff like that, but I found out then. But like he played the tape, we was like, damn, like that day, like 2 dope beats, where your skills at, maybe something else. But every time he would come to the studio, every tape, he would probably have 10 beats on him. He would make the, like, say like 2, all the even numbers would be the dope one. But like 3 wouldn't be dope. It would be dope, but not better than 2. 3 would be nice, but 4 would come on and be like, damn. But like, well, how come there's only 2, 4, 6, 8? Because them the ones y'all gravitated toward when I played the first thing. So I said, what? That's your method? Y'all pick number 2, and then y'all pick number 4 and 6. So he made sure when he put them on the tape, 1 would be dope, but then the second would be crazy fire. I'm gonna see what they say about that one. And he was doing that on purpose, and that's pretty much, we picked all his beats like that, and the difference in doing the first record, me and Tame got smarter, where the label hated that we wrote in the studio. Like he lived in a different area than me, so I couldn't always meet up with him, and I was working. So when we get to the studio, and Reef said that, y'all can't be writing mad shit. We made all them joints in the studio, written down, and they came out like that. Second album, though, with Sean, we recorded all his songs in less than 2 weeks.
Wow.
Like, because we was in one studio. And Platinum Island was the name of the studio, and it was comfortable in there. And we went in there with just knocking the joints out, bang, bang, bang. So, you know, that was the best part about that. And we saved money. We spent a lot of money mixing on the first album. So, second album, we was like in and out, bang, bang. And we had a good engineer, and he wound up mixing the album with Sean. Well, a lot of his songs that he did, and that worked out the best.
Yeah, and then Sean produced the song "Break It Down," which was ode to your first song.
And like everything on the second album became to be a big payback for me and Tank.
Right.
Because we gave up a lot to be Artifacts. We was like, okay, because of that, we're naming the second album That's Them. And they was like, okay, I bet. So, but that means we had to make the song really, really dope because they was taking us back to the beginning. So the first thing we did, we heard that song, and I said, that might as well be the new Break It Down right there. And now we got Chaos now. He put the cuts on there, real nice. I mean, to me, that's one of my favorite songs on the record just because of what it stood for, especially now. But like, that was the most fun song. I mean, all those songs was fun because me and Tame knew we were breaking ground in a new medium and trying different stuff. I would say we was a little ahead of ourselves because when you think about Raucous Sound, they not sought out, but Sean, working with us, wound up doing not our sound. Wound up doing what we were doing with them. So with the body rock, and I told Sean from these records that he was doing with us, a lot of people were going to search him out. So after he worked with us, he worked with Helter Skelter and all the boot camp and everybody. So we knew what he did with us was special, and still special to this day. When I listen to that record, I always listen to it with a grain of like, what if? And that's because we broke up after we, made the record.
So the album featured production from my bro VIC. Shout out to Vic, man.
Yes, sir.
Yo, he
Vic,
produced.
yeah.
Yeah, This Is the Way in the interview. He said he never asked you guys what was the reason why you guys picked those two beats, because he was surprised that you chose those two beats.
Really?
Yeah. I just spoke to him today. He told me that.
But the interview, though, and we recorded his songs in Jersey, in Fort Lee. He had a dude that had a studio over there. I don't know how he is right now, but he was cool. We picked that interview, and mind you, Vic did the what joint on the flip side of Brick City Kids. So that song was supposed to go on the album,
right?
The what song. And Vic tried to he tried to convince us that having this girl sing on the song was going to help us. We did the song, we loved it, but then we was like, yeah, we can't put that out. Like after the first album, all that hip hop stuff on it, and they come with a new song with singing on it. And then when he played the interview and when he played This Is the Way, we was like, all right, those right there. Because This Is the Way, that's your heart. That's a hard ass beat. In some sections, I think also Vic told me, I remember one section we had, he said, yo, you remind me of Passion a little bit. But when we did the songs, he didn't say that after we did the songs. Especially after we did This Is the Way. And Passion, my man. Right. But I think he probably saw some similarities in us. But then after we did This Is the Way, and that was, that song we did with him, that same night when we recorded the song, and you see how he got the Run DMC cut in the song. And this is the way, swear to God, Chaos is cutting this damn record. And he did a couple of passes and he had to do it again. Run DMC walked in the studio. I don't know how magical that was, but we heard somebody was knocking on the door, and then from where we were sitting, the door opened inward. So where I was sitting at and when Tay was sitting at, the door opened up. You couldn't see because it was blocking the doorway. And when he came in, was like, yo, y'all mind if I come in? I was like, I damn near choked. I was like, Jay, that's running. I was like,
because he was one of your early influences too.
Mostly Jay, right? Yes. And we pretty much wrapped ourselves around that template of Run DMC. So Tame saw him and was like speechless. He's like, yo, y'all mind if we come in? Nigga went and grabbed a chair. We just slid that shit out there. Yeah. Sit down right there. I was like, Chaos, go. And you better do it dope because the king is here. So get it right. Chaos was like, oh shit. And he did the cuts right there, the whole song. While Run was sitting there, all the cuts Chaos did right there live in front of him. And when we were done, and this is the way we what the how? He looked at Chaos, he looked at me, he looked at Tame. Shit, all right, I'm good now. Salute. I'm out the door. That was dope. Get Chaos the pound. And when he walked out, we like, did that shit just happen?
Wow.
That was so on cue, man. Never. Like, I wish I had a video camera and pictures for that shit. That he really walked in the door. And when he walked in, he said, I heard y'all didn't cut my record. Who said that? When he said they bought it, and we like, oh, shit. Like, wow. Great.
So Vic wanted to know who made the decision ultimately to not include what on the album.
We both did.
Oh, okay. Because he didn't know if it was the A&R or what.
Nah, it was because of us. I think that we wasn't comfortable with the singing, and he knew that. When you talk, I don't know. He talking to you now?
No. I texted him earlier today.
Okay, well tonight, text him and tell him I said he remembers clearly that we was bugging about the thing. Like, when he played it for us, Like, 'cause he took the song home and then got homegirl to do the, and I think she eventually came to the studio. If I remember, she did them either there or she just came. And when they were done, we were in front of her. We were like, this shit funny. We was like, it's dope, it's dope. But when we wasn't around her, we was like, nah, yo, we can't do that. We cannot put those singing on the artifact records, not right now. It wouldn't have been a good look. But I will say, on Big Defense, when the shit came out on that record, and he put that record on there with that Brick City Kid, I ain't gonna lie. I wish we did put that record on there. Because everybody came to me. Everybody came to me. Like, what's this? What? I was like, what? Like, yeah, nigga, what? Why wasn't this on the album? I was like, we wasn't ready for that singing, man. We wasn't ready for that.
He told me he felt that it would have helped you guys a lot to have that song on the album.
And we hard-headed hip-hop, graffiti dude, B-boy. We was hard-headed back then and was not trying to hear it. We was like, no. Like, it was like the Buzzard on Bugs Bunny. No. We was like, no. Just being hard-headed.
So the album, a lot of people feel was slept on. Why do you think that is?
Because it wasn't the first one. It didn't sound like the first one. It was new producers. John Jay was playing live. But it was received well. So you would just have to say, like, the Between the Rock and the Hard Place was a 5. We got, 4.5 mics in the source? 4 mics? We almost had a classic. So the second one was like 3.5.
Got you. Okay.
Because, and this is what the people say, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they was ready. Years later, it was like a movie. It was like The Thing. I love the movie The Thing with Kurt Russell. When it came out in the movie theater, everybody was like, eh. But when that shit came out on videotape, and everybody got to see the dog face split up, and they kept rewinding, and the effects were so good, people was like, oh man, we slept on this movie. It's crazy. Because you got to sit home and listen to it and watch it in your own comfortability. And also, with being Tame, the industry had changed from the first album to a point where it was now about money, and the music was different, the vibe was different, and we was going into this Big Willie stage. So, and just like a lot of other artists like us, the majors dropped a lot of the independent record labels that they were putting out. So because they wasn't feeling like that we were all not selling records enough.
Right.
So then you had the next batch of artists that came through was the Willie shit, with the money and the girls and, the party.
So you guys ultimately like changed the name to Brick City Kids for the release of on the Ghetto Professional days, right? Gold Professional, was it?
Right. Yeah, Ghetto Professional.
Yeah.
Ghetto Gold.
Ghetto Gold. Sorry, Ghetto Gold. And it was because at the time Atlantic owned the name Artifacts. And
look, we already knew. We didn't even want them to know we even made that record. So we was like probably one of the first groups to be signed to a major, and that was Ruckus Records' first record they released.
Right.
Ever. Wasn't nothing sound bombing, none of that. No quality, most depth. It was Artifacts under Brick City Kids, and that's why the label, Reef knew we did it, but Reef also knew eventually we was going to be gone after a while too.
Got you. Yeah, and in the song Brick City Kids, Juju and Vic produced that. That was the Ghetto Professional days with Juju, Vic, Mike Heron, everything. Man,
yeah.
Classic times, man.
I remember that day we agreed to do the song, the day they paid us that money. we was in front of fucking Platinum Island Records, Platinum Island Studio. We had a session that day, and guess what happened? So we standing out there on the street, and all of a sudden I see this burgundy Forerunner go past, and I was like, oh shit, I think I know who that is. Juju and them ain't know nothing. Buster pulled up and pulled back, and because he saw me standing out there, he jumps out the truck. What the fuck all y'all niggas doing? He's like, oh shit, that shit. He's like, oh, come here. So he go pull me to the side, and just like the song. I burn you when I smoke in the challenge with Elder Sensei. Everybody wondered where that came from. Every time I was in New York, Buster would call me. Like, where you at? I'm in the studio. Like, yo, how long y'all gonna be there? I'm like, why? I know you got weed. Like, yeah, I did. Every time I would go to the studio, I'd go uptown first and then come back downtown to Manhattan and pick everything up and then stay there. So this day, he saw me standing out there with Juju and them. He said, peace to Juju, all of them. I had just like an ounce. I just went uptown and got some bud. He saw it and was like, oh shit, you got a lot of bud. Like, yeah, but not, he tried to stick his hand in my bag and taking it. I'm like, yo, hold tight. You know how back in the day, I'm squeezing the top of the bag, so only the weed that was right there. He couldn't get his hand past that. He couldn't go past that. So I was like, yo, here, take this, and you good. And then he just like, and he was like, yo, what y'all niggas doing for real? What y'all doing for real though? I was like, why do you want to know? He's like, yo, what y'all niggas doing? Yo, we're about to go upstairs and make this record with them. But, you know, we just doing some business. So he's like, all right. And then we actually recorded the song at Juju's crib in Queens. So that was, and shout out to my man Skull Fonts. I wrote the hook for him. So my man that's on that record, his name is Scully. He said I wrote the hook for him to say on that song.